So today I'll try to make it really quick because there's not a lot to talk about today. We opened the week with this new week opening gap, a really big one. We dropped 500, almost, yeah, more than 500 points. We can call it like overnight. So that normally means that we have really bad PA during the day, which wasn't really true because we had some really decent PA. And when we came through the market, we were looking to some chop. But PA was kind of crap. And then we got this high and this V shape right down. Now I know some people took these longs to here, but that makes sense because we normally try to fill out the gap, and we had a sweep, and this is a little bit more advanced, and I don't really use it. We made a CISD. This line, when it closed above it, this is called an CISD. Then we came back down, we retested it, and we went longer out of also this order block, which is a really decent setup, but it's not my model. I don't have any data on it, so I only trade IFPGs. I usually try to incorporate some change in states of delivery, but I don't really use them as an entry. Like, I don't use the retracement out of an CISD too long, like I'm showing on this example of a trade. What I was looking for, I didn't really have a bias. I was looking a little bit bullish because we came a little bullish during the night. But then we made this kind of V shape, which kind of looks like AMD: accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Now, when I looked around here, we had some longs that didn't really make sense because we have a really manipulated high, then we came down. We don't really want along the sell side of the curve. I know it's good to long after the sell side has already happened. So what we were looking for after this manipulation was this 15 minute, and when we closed below this 15 minute, I really thought we was go. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought we were going to go lower, probably to this obvious IFPG that was here, and this was my draw on liquidity. But then we had, after the today's news, we had some, I don't even know what to call it, some improvised news. They weren't really written on the market. We weren't expecting this news, and this kind of happens with the Trump market, and we just pumped long. And when this happens, we need just to reset our bias because we have no idea what is happening. When this happens, we just sit on our hands and wait for something to happen. And well, we came up here, and I started doing some. I I draw the 50% to see if we could get a retracement, because normally when these quick movements happen, we get a retracement to 50%, and then we can get a really good long, a really textbook long. But as you'll see, it never happened, and we just pumped and pumped, and then we came here, still unbiased, kind of bullish, but yeah, I could say I was bullish because we were really close to fill this new week opening gap, and we are 100 points away, more or less, from it. And I looked at this 30-second long. Now, if I really remember, we didn't have any sort of SMT with the S, which kind of told me not to long it, and I didn't. Well, with my break-even method, I will go to break-even right here on this red line, which means that it will come up here, I will go break-even, and we didn't even get to the first point. So really, if I even had entered this trade, I would have gone break even here. We would have almost ticked this one, and then it will stop me at break even. Now, what I could have done if I really entered, and I really thought about it because I didn't enter the trade, so I wasn't really thinking about anything. But as you'll see, this is the entry. This will be the stop loss. So I could use some sort of take one contract at 101R because we are really high, and I don't really know if we are still gonna pump or if we are gonna dump. So it will be wise to take one contract at 101R. But I didn't really enter the trade, so didn't even thought about it, and I just consider this trade a break even. I will just have taken one contract at 20 points, and the rest will be stopped at break even, which wouldn't be that decent. Then we came down and we saw this one, which was a little bit better. If I remember, we had an SMT, right? Yes, we had an SMT right here, which made it better, really better. But and it wasn't still. We had a little delivery out of this FPG, and we had an SMT and a V shape, but we are still too high, and we pumped overnight, which makes the probability of a good setup a little worse. We are really high on the market. This V shape was decent, but my break even would be right here, and we closed already above past the break even, which makes this trade technically invalid. And we had also this 30-second that I have no idea if we are, and 30-second and 1 minute that I have no idea if we are gonna close above it. So as the moment as we touch this FPG and pass this break-even phase, I really need to go break-even because the conditions on the market aren't really that good, and even the the risk to reward wasn't that great. I mean, we could make it, but yeah. And then I just got off of the market because past 11, yeah, the PA isn't really that good. We get off of a kill zone. Now probably here it is probably a decent trade, but I'm not looking at the market, and I'm still trying to get it a little bit bullish to fill out the gap, maybe a long out of here, but it will be better to retrace. Like if you go in the 15 minutes, do something like this, retrace to this 50% right here, and then we could have a really good long, maybe. Uh, we don't really need it to come to the end of the gap. If we get a long here to these highs, is already a really good risk to reward. So that's it for today. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another one. Okay.